Meeting of the Decatur County Council together. I'm going to ask Bill Metz here to lead us in pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, our November minutes.
I have one change that on discussion of employee pay and salary ordinance. The minutes say that the motion passed 6-0, but it looks to me like it was 5-1 actually, because Ernie voted no.
Right here.
Dang it.
Okay, thank you. You're right.
Could be right. Is that right, Ernie?
Any other additions or corrections? With the correction, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. I'll second it.
Rick makes a motion, Bill seconds it. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll move on. Mr. McAdams.
Good morning. I brought grant proposal. Just ask the council's permission and blessing to apply for a couple grants that Decatur County Court Services applied for. This grant was due December 1st, so we've already applied, but we haven't been funded yet. Two grants, one in the amount of $7,000. That grant is to help upgrade some field equipment in our department, pay for a laptop for our juvenile probation and prevention program and some drug screens. And then the other grant is for $800 to fund some items for our Operation Parent program that we're presenting in 2026. It's going to buy some books and other materials. This grant is through the Decatur County Community Action Coalition grant.
Okay. Do I have any questions? The commissioners have signed off on it. So,
So, yeah, and I presented it yesterday to the commissioners.
okay. Anybody have any questions about it? Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Deanna makes a motion.
I'll second.
Ashley seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Sir. Okay. Sheriff Myrose.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's going to be balmy today. I just want to warn everybody. I emailed you yesterday, our commissary. As I said in the email, last legislative session, they changed the rules on us. No longer has to be prepared for you twice a year. It's now quarterly. So this is July, August, September's report. It's on a new form that the State Board of Accounts has approved also. I've actually given you both our Excel spreadsheet we normally use. It's a little more easy to read, from my opinion. So anyway, there it is for your review. Doesn't require any action, again, it's just for your review. Do you have any questions?
Amazing what that brings to him, I guess.
It is, yeah. And we're conservative with it too.
Yeah.
We've got 51,000 left. Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah, it's more than that.
Is it more than that? I didn't know.
Current
After
balance is
you bought some guns and stuff.
Well, the current balance is 116,000, not including that, taking that 40,000 out.
Okay.
That'll be
Yeah.
the next report.
Yeah, it should be, yes. It may be first quarter of next year, depending on delivery of the guns.
Do I have any questions?
I do have one question, if I may. I had some conversation with Christie in her office, and I just need some clarification. You approved an additional deputy force for next year, and are we gonna pay them at the 25 base or 26 base? My opinion is, it's additional hire or hiring in '26. I just need clarification on that.
The intent was to keep the base at 2025, so as people get raises, we have some separation between the base rate and where people are that have been there for several years.
I understand the separation, but we also have longevity involved in ours as well. It creates that separation as well. I would like to pay him at the 26 rate if you would agree. If not, I understand.
How soon are you hiring them?
We anticipate mid-February to 1st of March.
Okay, I would propose that we hold on that decision because we're going to be talking about salary reviews later in this meeting.
Thank you. Any further questions for me? All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir. Okay, Erica.
Good morning. I am here, I wanted to revisit an item I included in my budget, in my presentation earlier this year. I have a proposal to give $7,000 stipend to the Parks and Rec Department, specifically Rob Dehoff or whoever the sports coordinator is, to have an incentive to make sure that he is booking our hotels for each tournament, both Friday and Saturday nights as much as possible. So I know formally I need to kind of see if that's something we could do as a county. It would be coming out of the tourism budget, and I was planning, our board would like to make it like 3 payments through the year to, you know, kind of have a little bit January, mid-year, making sure that we're kind of meeting our, you know, where we want our goals.
So is there a measure that he'll be held accountable for then?
Yeah, we have software that can see how many nights are being filled. Currently, when there's a ball diamond tournament, about 25% of our rooms we think are coming from the ball diamond tournaments, but we think we could have a lot more than that. So,
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. I figured it'd be more than that.
yeah, well, you know, we're like really big with weddings as well. There's a lot of weddings for the summer and that sort of thing, so it's, you know, a little bit of both.
Did you say $7,000?
$7,000 stipend. It would be, we have a $12,000 grant that we give to Parks and Recreation. We've been doing $5,000, so we accounted for an extra $7,000, thinking it could go towards this project specifically. You know, as an organization, we're trying to focus on the ball diamond tournaments, making sure they're successful. Our economic impact we have seen so far is about $400,000 of revenue generated from the ball diamond tournaments just at the hotels this year. And that is a low ball estimate. We think it might be a little bit higher. So thinking from that standpoint of what we could do, making sure those Friday nights are booked, because our Saturday nights are usually booked. And this was like the first year, not to say that, you know, we weren't doing, or he wasn't doing the best or anything, but like we want, you know, that emphasis on making sure that that's happening. It's a lot of working with the hotels and the softball diamond booking tournament people. You have to kind of be at the table with all of them, which we've been doing this winter. So it's been going very well. And I'd like to just make sure that's kept on the radar. It's a fairly, you know, normal thing. It's a sales position. I know a lot of counties, when I go to conferences, they talk about having either some type of incentive with tourism to help if they're not already getting, you know, commission or that sort of thing. So,
You think that individual, not putting a name to it, can actually have an impact on when people book those hotel rooms?
yes. There are strategies involved, like making sure that you have an early morning Saturday tournament from those people are coming from further away. So then they need to book their Friday night stays. I know there's a lot of logistics to it where like the portal, the hotels can't always see where they're coming from specifically because it's like a third party. So they might not know whether to do 2 queen beds or a king bed. Typically these people usually have families, they need 2 queen beds. But sometimes it's hard to see the extra data, that sort of thing. I know Parks and Rec's been doing great and working at the table saying, let's be more transparent, let's not go through the third party. Then you make more if you go directly through your website, that sort of thing. It's been very eye-opening on what the transparency that we can kind of open up with making sure we're working with everybody at the table like that.
So how's this work? You enter a team, then Rob will say, you know, we've got hotel rooms. I just don't understand how this all.
There is, from what I've learned, about 3 people who are kind of the sales guys who do the tournaments per tournament. So they're the ones they kind of line up what teams, like, you know, they book through them for the tournaments, and then they decide, you know, who's playing when, that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Do they distribute information about the hotels and stuff like that?
The hotels, technically, honestly, it goes through Expedia from there. And that's why the third party, it's harder to see it from what I know. So, and they're wanting, I know, to work with the hotels to book directly, you know, just go to their website. And then that's a higher income stream on, you know, the hotel side too. So.
Chris, this is your employee. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, I think an incentive-based thing is good, and I think it's pretty evident this year. I mean, Erica, your budget this year was significantly higher than, you know, probably what it has been in the past just from innkeeper's tax. But I mean, I think an incentive-based thing is good, and I've been in those meetings as well, and with USSSA, and they are on board to work directly with the hotels, user group to hotels for higher income for both. So I think incentive-based is a very, very good thing in this situation.
What's going to be your metrics for incentive? I mean,
That's a good,
use 40%, 30%?
we would,
Understand what I mean?
yeah, yes. I think, and we're not, the input is great, but we were thinking like Friday nights, seeing more of those being booked and having, you know, a measurable of like 20 to 25% more, seeing something at least in that category and seeing if those measurables are being met. I think we plan to have, I think, about double the tournaments we had last year. So, you know, it's good, but it's also going to be a lot more being busier on making sure.
8 diamonds instead of 4.
Yeah, and more people coming in, more things to keep straight. So it's kind of, and the timing with this, seeing, I mean, I will say that Parks and Rec has exceeded our expectations on making sure these ball diamonds have been turfed. You know, it looks so great out there. People want to come here. We have a lot of feedback, you know, from people out of the community saying it's somewhere they want to come, even more so than other, you know, communities. And I know, you know, other communities are hurting a little bit because we have upped our game here with our hotels. I know Columbus has seen a significant drop, and we've made so far just a little bit more money than usual, but our normal stays have been really low this year. But this has concentrating on weddings this year, like we've been doing advertising for that and doing the ball diamond tournaments, it has kept us above where we usually are, which is really significant. So,
Stipend year after year,
yes,
theoretically.
theoretically, yeah, of course. It would be something that we're monitoring and seeing if it's working, of course, so,
I'd
yeah.
like to see it on paper where we can,
Sure,
your metrics, I mean, bring back to us in January.
yes, I
Put
can
it all
do that.
together where we can
Yes, I
do a
can,
little
and I can
reading and
email you.
research. I'm kind of big on doing reading. I don't know about anybody else.
Yes, that
You
would be
know.
really helpful.
Yeah, I can
You
do
know.
that, yeah,
You would.
yes, and do you just want me to come back January, would that be helpful?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, put it all on paper. It's
absolutely,
Starts a new year,
Ahead of
it's
time,
fine.
maybe.
okay, sounds good,
My suggestions, I don't know with everybody.
Yep.
okay,
When you,
sounds good.
if you pay the incentive, does that come back to the council to ensure that the numbers have been met, or is that a tourism board park board decision on whether that metric had been met exactly?
We have a governing board with the budget, so I think it would be a tourism, but I work closely with Chris. I mean, we almost on a daily basis talk about this sort of thing, so,
Support
I think
the
we ought to
future.
get
I
our-
think it'd be
Absolutely,
great for the council to know how that goes,
sure.
maybe all that.
Are you like checking, would like me maybe to check in if this works out and just see,
Maybe
yeah,
sometime in July or August, say, hey, this is where we're trending. And then we can all be thinking about how we can support it. If somebody says something about it in the community, we know what's going on with it. So,
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Chris,
Morning.
morning.
All right, so I am here for just a couple things. First is kind of to echo Erica, just the success we had at the complex this year. I'm going to request an additional part-time position. Food and beverage coordinator, you all should have the job description in front of you. It is fully funded by the complex, so no, additional funds are needed. But this will not just serve, purpose at the complex. We are picking up concessions at Pirate Park for soccer club, and other avenues, hopefully in the future, that we can use this as well. Year-round, if this person worked 28 hours a week at $19 an hour, which is what I'm proposing, this would come out to, with FICA and everything, just under $30,000 a year with 52 weeks in a year. I don't expect that to be a 52-week per year thing. I do expect it to be around probably a 46 to 48, to be completely honest, just with prep for the next year, because we are running tournaments starting in March, first week of March. We've got 32 on the books for next year. And so I think this is really going to help us. We are lacking in some other areas to where my recreation and sports coordinator, he is focusing so much on this area. I'm lacking in programming and revenue generation in that area. So bringing this person in at, a $30,000 cost, I think we can definitely make up the difference there. We did this year at the complex, net profit was just over $112,000 on 4 diamonds. Next year, we are looking at 8 diamonds as well. So looking at having quite the traffic out
We'll
there.
have 2 concession stands.
2 concession stands as well. Yep. Yeah, and that's hopefully going to be built. We've had some hold up on it, but hopefully before the start of next season, that second one will be up and running. So just for reference as well, concessions, net profit was just under $60,000. It's about $59,500 last year. And then, diamond rental net was just a little over 38. So, like I said, we're looking at, double that, looking at next year, projection-wise. So just asking, like I said, for your approval on that, to add that position at, about a $30,000 cost at 52 weeks, but I'm expecting kind of a 46 to 48. But I did put 52 just in case, we do add some more programming where that maybe is needed.
When do you need to hire them?
Why do I need to hire? When? I'm looking preferably by, early to mid-February.
So we still have a little bit of time before you would post?
Yeah, I'm looking to post hopefully in January sometime, or hopefully early January, to get that person hired, trained, and prepped for the season.
Are you having trouble getting any help? I mean, to run the concessions and stuff?
No, we'll still have, this is kind of a unique position because we will still have supervisors on all shifts, and we had a great staff this year, and they're all planning on returning next year. But this is more of a admin leadership role that will also be there on weekends, making sure we are providing the hospitality that I expect for the Parks Department. but we haven't had trouble getting help. We've got a lot of high school students and, you know, some teachers in the off season, you know, off school that help, and they do a great job.
So this is a full-time position.
No,
Benefits?
28 hours.
28
28 hours,
Part-time.
okay.
Part-time.
I misunderstood.
Anybody else have any questions, concerns?
I would like to hold on this one temporarily too, please.
Do
Till
what?
we get done with
Till we get done
salary.
with the discussion about the salary review, hold on it temporarily.
Okay. Well, do something here in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Who handles the sponsorship?
So me and Rob have tag teamed a lot of the sponsorship stuff together. He's done a lot of the local businesses, some of the like the Indiana Sentinels. They're one of our biggest ones going into 2026. I already had a relationship with those guys coming in, so we've really built those relationships and tag team that sort of thing.
Seems like there's a lot of
There is. Oh, there is. Yeah, and that's what. So with 4 diamonds, you could only do so much. Now with 8, you do have more. And we are adding video boards out there, so there's room there as well for additional income. So yeah, we're adding those opportunities.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions, concerns? Okay.
Second thing I was here for is at the beginning of the year with the complex. No additional funds are needed, but I do need about $47,000 just added to the concessions line, just with the surplus that we had in concessions this year. I have the money. I don't need any more, just to get it back to where it needs to be. And there should be a couple advertisements in there for you guys.
I've got your additionals here.
Yep.
We haven't went through those yet, so.
Okay, so just at the end, that's good, or do you want me to go ahead and go through those now?
Got 2 of them.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, we'll get down there, we'll
Okay.
go through them.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay. Mike Snyder.
Morning.
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 Wanted to talk to you this morning about our digital traffic signs, which is probably our most used resource that the Emergency Management Office has. And there is a service fee to that allows us to remotely program and track the sign, also monitor it for any type of damage that may have occurred to it. It also has a premier warranty on it and a care plan. And I did not get notified until after budget time that this was a renewal that was coming up for the end of January. The amount for that typically runs at $950 per unit, and we have 4 of the units. 2 of them are pull behind in like a trailer style, and 2 of them are standalone units, kind of like standing up like a flagpole. And if we renew them at that rate for 1 year, it's $3,800. But the company is offering us a discount at a rate of 10% for a 2-year renewal and a rate at 15% for a 3-year renewal. If we do the 3-year renewal, that would bring the cost to $9,690. I have in my budget available close to 50% of that, which would require transfers. But the other remaining portion of that is what I wanted to address the council about today to see if we could get that for the office. Example of that was yesterday's accident on 421. We utilized those signs, remotely programmed those, which was nice with the cold, and to get those deployed out in a quicker fashion. So they are extremely handy, but I was not aware of this renewal prior to budget time.
Do you know how old they are and what their typical lifespan?
So I do know that somewhere around the COVID time that the health department received a grant to purchase those with and gave those to emergency management to manage those and utilize those. And I don't know the exact point where they were purchased, though. But I do know the lifespan. Gary and myself have been pretty good at maintaining the battery, which is the biggest concern for me. The batteries are lithium based. We have had to top them off with some distilled water, but other than that, they've seemed to do pretty good. The company provides us a software. And we also, with this extending this service, allows us to continue to reuse the online website to program them essentially from the cloud. So that way we could also shut it down from the cloud. We could program them, monitor them if they're tracked. I know some other agencies across the state have had issues with people moving them or stealing them. And that would allow us to track the sign too for security purposes. Yes, if that is coming from pretty much all across my budget. If I can transfer all that into one spot to pay for this, then I would. I've pulled it from supplies and services and capital outlays, whatever I was looking here at the end of the year to.
Whatever he has at the end of the year goes back into cash in county general anyway, because he's county general.
Right. Well, I haven't I've taken them down very low. Yes.
Yeah.
2025
This year.
budget. Yes.
This year's it would be.
Yes. So that I could.
Whatever cash
No, thank you.
kick back into county general anyway,
Right.
but,
Well, we've got, there's ARPA money still out there, or interest money we made off of our investment. We can certainly offset that cost with that.
be advertised and approved next month, correct? Yeah. Am I right, Christie? ARPA money, is there ARPA money left?
It's not technically ARPA money.
Or interest money?
Interest.
It's interest money.
Interest money.
Right, and it can just be directly paid out of there too. That way you wouldn't have to advertise and move and
Okay.
all that. Just
Okay.
pay indirectly.
That's our money, so,
You want to pay it all or pay half?
well, I guess I just need to ask you, Mike, I mean, what do you are gonna need any of the money for the end of the year? If not, you're okay doing that? Pay the half, if you are, we can pay it all, and then however you want to work it out.
With the accounts that I have drawn the money from, I still have a tiny amount in there. So if something else did come up, I could pull together and consolidate. Right.
I'll make a motion to pay the balance.
Approximately 4,700.
Kenny makes a motion, Ernie seconds to pay the balance. Any other questions? Out of ARPA interest money. Any other concerns, questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
And that would require too for the transfers to get out of my current budget for you to approve those transfers as well.
that'll have to be done next month.
No, they're in.
Are they in there
We
now?
got 'em.
Okay, good enough. They're in there this month, we're good.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks,
Mike, just for the future, so we're good for 3 years now,
Yes.
so, but we're gonna need another 3 years at some point, probably. As I look at the usage sheet you gave us, it looks like solid waste used them. Maybe the sheriff's department uses them from time to time. Health department, fall festival, cheer fund. Bill, is there any opportunities to help fund the upkeep of one of these signs every 3 years or something? And maybe the health department do it because they're the ones that use them? Or do we just fund them through a future EMA budget?
I think the health department, he went to them. Mike's ran all over town, him and Gary, trying to get money to do this with, because they called and emailed me about it. I told him to come here. I said, if TIF boards came to the plate and was gonna go to Community Foundation and everything else. And I said, this is county thing, but,
Yeah.
I just think you need to keep an eye on them. But I don't think the Board of Health will have anything to do with them now.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
But they do
maybe.
use them.
Okay,
Yeah, they
Is
do
my
use them.
point.
Yeah.
They use them.
And the fair use,
Fair
them.
use
They're
them.
really a great asset.
Yeah, so if the fair committee has funding, maybe, or if solid waste has extra funding, in the future, could we look at that as a resource? Because we won't have ARPA money,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming, or interest.
We're handling interest pretty good. We may still have that.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But that, well, and as far as the fair goes, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad in 26 to put it in your budget. Maybe a or what do you call it, non-reverting fund or something that stays in there, what do you call that?
If they can.
If you
Well,
can.
What I was
don't
thinking is
know.
it's so useful, we probably need to find out what the life plan is and be prepared to budget for replacement in the future as well.
Just like you would a generator or anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, because they are a great county asset, I think. Really are.
I think on this renewal that still warranty.
yes, they do. It will give us a partial warranty.
They just sent us a big box and we packed it up, sent it back. About a month and a half later, it come back, repaired, put it back up on there. So, you know, as long as the warranty continues, the lifespan
Be a long
is gonna
time.
be,
Well, then,
just keep going because they will repair them
Yeah.
because we have this.
I do know,
if it's
yeah.
like
that may be-
anything else, after it gets so old, though, they say, yeah, we got to have parts now.
Yeah.
I know how that operates.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, Mr. Nobby,
Good morning.
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 I put together a packet, should all have it in front of you. I also had a few papers that I only have one copy of. Those are really just for reference to back up some of the pages that are in the packet. We went ahead and included, for your viewing, yeah, you can see the layout of the pool. There's also a sheet that's in there that Erica put together of our findings that says Allen Memorial Aquatic Center at the top. That just kind of shows what we'd be looking at in admission revenue, attendance, concession profits, labor, and kind of gives us our balance of what our expectations would be. We also included the sports complex sheet in there as well that Chris just gave you most of those numbers on, so it's in the back if you want to see that as a visual as well. As far as the pool goes, I'm here. We are looking at a $4 million total cost. We are budgeting $4.5 million to cover anything additional, because as you know, projects tend to have some things that are unseen. So we are budgeting $4.5 total. Right now, we currently have $1 million in funds from the Decatur County Community Foundation. They haven't officially announced yet, but we believe there may be a $300,000 match coming as well. So they will match up to $300,000. We've had $40,000 in donations in the last 2 weeks, and people aren't even aware of the match that is potentially happening. So the total expectation, trying to be conservative total, is around 1.5 million raised, with hopefully the donations continuing going forward. We are working with another group, and we are currently anticipating $1 million, so that puts us roughly at our expectation is about 2.5 million raised. So out of this project, that puts us at 2 million short currently. We are continuing to meet with corporate sponsors and other private groups or public groups that we are trying to raise money from as well. But currently, just knowing that we're $2 million short, we want to continue the project and not let it postpone. So my ask is for, if we could do $2 million approval up to allow us to continue the project going forward. We do, again, we have several meetings scheduled this week. We have some high expectations that some of those folks are going to be donating as well, so I will continually keep you updated. About the pool, as you see in the layout, we have put together a 4-flume slide. There's also a picture of that in what Deanna is looking through. There's a 6-foot, 8-foot, 10-foot, and 12-foot tall slide, so it has 4 individuals with it, a family slide, and a 30 by 30 splash pad. We're looking to do a new 8-foot vinyl coated fence all the way around, 750 feet, a UV sterilization system. That is a added layer of protection to the pool. So instead of just traditional chlor, we're going to continue to do the traditional chlorine, but on top of that, there's a UV sterilization process that further removes almost all the bacteria in the pool. So it makes it a much cleaner and safer environment for everyone. There's a new 20 by 50 pump house on that map or on that layout you see in the back. We kind of strategically put that there. It helps for the surge pit and the draining, but also it allows us to put a garage door on the back to better access chemicals and maintenance of all the system. There is a 0 entry on the pool, so fully ADA compliant. We're taking where the deep end is currently and then fanning that out towards the pool house. Looking to move concessions to the east side of the building, so that would be towards where the 0 entry is. We did scoot the pool back, though, away from the building so that we made sure that there was ample room. Also, by moving the concessions to that area, it allows us to not have congestion from people coming into the pool and going to where concessions are currently, but also it keeps the children away from the exit by positioning them in where the splash pad is up in the northeast corner and concessions 0 entry all right there. It's hopefully going to be able to keep them contained. We're going to do minor changes to the pool house, just some of the plumbing fixtures. The tile in the pool house is all in great shape. Paint-wise, it's in pretty good shape, just needs cleaned up. A little bit of locker work. I mean, there's a little bit of rust, but nothing that just can't be, corrected and painted. We do have future plans of doing sun shading and fence lining just for extra protection. And this is a liner pool. We did not want to do a gunite shot pool because they have to be refurbished about every 5 years. So that would drastically drive our maintenance cost up. So we elected to do a liner pool, and our expectation is they say guarantee 15, but 15 to 20 years out of the liners before it needs to be replaced. Anything else? I went through most of what I had, but there's again, if you have any questions about the maintenance of the pool, I have Jody Bittinger here with us. As far as any complex questions, Chris can answer those. Erica did a lot of the work for this aquatic center document. And I can answer any layout questions. Yeah, so I don't have that exactly. Our current bather load is 450 people. The expectation is that we are going to be there or more. Bather load is not determined by the size of the pool. Bather load is determined by the size of accessible concrete at the location. So adding the splash pad cuts down on the bather load. But as you can see in the document, so this currently right here has been squared off where it currently has an inset. So we are adding that concrete portion. Also right here is where the current pump house is. This comes in and goes really narrow, and we've squared that off as well. So the whole intention is I believe we're increasing the deck space, which is going to keep us at or above the current bather load.
Yeah.
I guess my second part of the question is,
I'm going with experience. I can add them up for you, but
so these estimated numbers are based on how many days of
correct. Yes, and do you remember? We did that. There's I don't know if that labor sheet that's floating around shows that. But yes, we added up the total amount of days that it was going to be open. It's reflected in the labor sheet as the total cost of labor.
Well, that's,
It's memorial to labor is what we based it upon, but I don't know what exactly that number resulted in. But it is factored into that labor sheet.
last sheet I got on it was like 75 days. Am I pretty close
I
here?
think that's about right. Yeah.
It was 75 days.
Yeah, I just don't want to say a wrong number.
That's, well, that's the last number I seen.
With like weekends during and like August, during the
Yeah, there was that.
summer months.
There was that factor too. As soon as school goes back in, I think it closed during the week those weeks. So then it was just open on the weekend. So that affected some of the days. So, But again, in that labor sheet, the total cost of labor, that is factored.
The estimated results of the income based on,
It's based on that.
and so what happens if you have 100 days of rain? How's that gonna screw?
Well, I mean,
I fully understand how you got these numbers, but you also got to take into consideration that's speculative number.
well, to that, these numbers aren't just factored off us just using metrics and data that we created. We surveyed and referenced other pools that are our size with a community of our size, because that plays a big role. For the maintenance of the pool, we definitely referenced pools that were our size, and for the maintenance, we tried to have both factors. Or, I'm sorry, for the concessions profit and the labor perspective, we tried to have pools that were both our community size and our physical size. So this isn't just us adding up numbers and thinking about what it's going to cost. This is actually us talking to other pools, city pools, community pools, and gathering their data, and then compiling it with what we have.
Did any of those communities that you surveyed have an attraction right next door that was bringing in lots of people on weekends?
There was.
North Vernon should have been a,
I will say more often, like area of things, yeah, there are parks that are involved in many of the ones. I felt like there's one up near Columbia City that is, I thought the most close was from like what is surrounding it, the population, mostly for Indiana. Where?
But like with the ball diamonds bringing in so many people from out of community, did any of them have any experience with that type of thing?
Would you do me a favor if you're gonna talk? I've got people griping at me because they can't hear you at home.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That makes sense?
Yesterday, there was a microphone issue that got resolved this morning.
Okay.
We make sure.
But it's, I've got people.
Okay.
You know,
Do you want me to repeat? So it's in, I don't, okay.
okay.
Okay, but I don't know that they're specifically ball diamonds at every, all these parks. I would say that means that there will be more people, coming based on the ball diamonds. You know what I mean? Like this data is conservative in general. Just showing, because we do have more facilities with the parks, even the fairgrounds, all the other things that are there are not, completely specific to these other communities. So, you're going to have a higher amount. The data that we had ahead of time with the ball diamonds, were conservative as well. And as you guys know, like, it's been much better. So it's kind of helpful. And this is just the baseline of what, the data would be. So.
Yeah, and I think I understand you're asking too, like when we surveyed the data, did they have an attraction like that, which impacted their numbers to make them higher as we surveyed them? No, I don't, not that I've referenced, I don't believe that any of them had an attraction as large of ours next to it. So when we based these numbers, we based them off of, again, their data plus ours, but we did not include the complex impact. We wanted to keep that so that we were conservative. But we expect that the complex impact, especially I think we're anticipating 350 to 400,000 people to visit that next year. I do believe that will directly impact this.
That would be one of my comments, is to make sure that, with whatever our load is, we have a way to monitor that, because I'm afraid we will actually go to capacity on some of those tournaments.
Yep, it's absolutely possible. The one thing is depends on, in our data that we monitored, we see that people typically spend around 6 hours at a pool. So during our placer data, we found that a little over 4,000 people left the county to go to other pools, and their stay averaged about 6 hours. I don't know if that'll be the case with the complex folks, as constantly games are changing and things are happening. So we may see a higher turn rate with those folks versus the regular community members.
let's hope it's maxed out.
That's what we want, is for it to be maxed out.
Filler full.
The other, we don't really have a ton of room to expand for sure, but there is still more room to the south, and there's also more room to the east up against the skate park. So if for some reason we needed to expand the concrete to increase the bather load, we could. And there will be a way to track it as we bring people through
I
admissions.
know we have a lot of people that go to Shelby County, and the first advice Shelby County gave me was make it bigger because we have to turn people away all the time. So.
Yeah, and I hope that, obviously with us not having a pool, I think that's impacted some of the communities around us. And if we can bring one back, hopefully that'll give them relief and get them here.
So, as far as the Park and Rec Board, they reviewed everything, they're prepared to take ownership and sustain the maintenance and all that stuff over the next,
So yes, we have made sure that if there was no income, that they could take on the cost of the maintenance of the pool this year. The expectation is yes, they could take that, facilitate those costs. They're fully aware and been in these conversations. Brian is on our committee with us, so that's Park Board President. Chris is on it as well. We have Jody Benninger, Eric Gunn, Jenny Hanna, and Tammy Winning. So we've tried to make sure that they're all cued in and everybody is under the understandings. Yep.
Any other questions?
I have one more question. So, commissioners, you guys have all looked at this, reviewed it, signed off on it, voted at a commission meeting, proceed forward?
Yeah, so we selected the BOT operator. There is some current work out there being done. The current work that is being done is deconstruction. The deconstruction had to happen regardless. No matter if the pool went to a parking lot or went to a new pool, this work had to be done. There was a benefit of getting in there before it got extremely cold, so that's what they did. They got in there and were able to get some equipment placed and do a little bit of preliminary work to try to prevent freezing in the deep end. And so that's really all that's being done right now until we have the fully greenlit on funds, right?
Anybody in support or in support of the pool?
Now, if I
The
can
only,
million
the only,
dollars first.
the only, well, that's what I would really like to get Ruben involved to
Yeah,
Oh.
go over
explain what
things
you-
with us and
I apologize.
advisor.
One thing I didn't mention is, so I worked with Greg Martz when we developed the BOT. We were on the phone the other day just having a quick discussion, and I asked him about what loans currently are because we asked him with the community building as well. It's just something, it's nice to follow. 3.98. His anticipation was that would be lower by the time a loan would be taken. He said it's just continuing to fall. So that was good news because the last thing I had heard was 5.5 or 6. So it's good to see that that's going down if that was an avenue that you guys all chose.
I would just like to get Ruben involved and as an advisor on the deal, just because of what's coming in 2027. You know what I mean? There's a bunch, edit's going away and public safety's going away and
Absolutely.
other things are going away, but, with the numbers and things, I could,
He'll have some ideas.
have him here
what-
at the next month meeting in
Okay.
January. Cause right now you're all right.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
If that's okay, if that's okay with everybody. I'd like to get some advice on what direction to go,
Yeah, I think
on which direction. Because if you get a loan and they want to bond it, it has to be attached to something.
Sure.
Can't be not just a bond floating around out there.
We gotta repay it somehow.
Do what?
It has to get repaid somehow.
Right, has to get repaid and I talked to Ruben, he said there's a couple different ways of doing it.
Okay.
If it's okay, and I'll contact him again and have him, try to get him information and any other information you've got, why? Give
Yeah.
it to me, so,
We'll continue to pass that along. And part of the deconstruction is part of the investigative phase too, still, right? We've, just as you'll see, and I think you may have the checklist, but, we did do core samples of the bottom of the pool and the walls of the pool to check for asbestos. We did all that prior. We didn't want to find any surprises once we were in construction. So, we've already core drilled all those, took the samples, checked all that. Again, part of this deconstruction is part of the investigative phase, making sure that there's no big, huge washouts or issues that, are unforeseen. So right now, there hasn't been any in anything they've done so far, so everything still looks good.
okay,
I'll jump on the agenda for January.
okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe.
Kenny, I'll speak to you, as you asked the question about commissioners, and we all three commissioners are on board, like we responded before. Okay, have you, done that at a commissioner meeting where it's in the minutes? In the minutes, yes. So that we talked about moving forward with the DOT and, we
let's move on to transfers. Let's see, there's a lot of them going for the health.
Normal anymore.
The only one I've got a comment on is, the one in here for $700. Abby showed it to me a minute ago. Yeah, I'm still, okay.
Right here, back page.
To cover the supply purchase for the Clarksburg rat problem, coming out of the commissioner's fairgrounds account. I'm just wondering, is there any plan put together to pay for the rest of this? Or is that up to us to put a plan together? Because we're looking at $5,000 to $7,000 that the county has to spend on rat eradication out there at Clarksburg. I just didn't want to fly by the seat of our pants and start transferring money out of this account and that account to cover what's going on. Does that make sense?
I don't know if I can help to that, but I mean, yeah, we have funds that, I mean, I think there's still some money in P&I and that could be used if we had to.
We just had to transfer. They have a supplies line. They have, other lines that can be paid next year. It's just with this being the very end of the year, we had to move some things around.
But do they need to have a rat killing line item in their budget? I mean, is there, I mean, instead of,
Why you gotta make, why do you have to make
transferring
me
all around,
laugh
you need
while
a-
I'm up here?
I mean, well, you need a rat killing budget? I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
all I'm going by, you know.
That have to be directed at the health department. I'm gonna say the health department. That's the health department.
Well, yeah, but
They're coming back on
it's
you.
saying,
They
it's telling us the
explained that
county
it falls on
has,
the county,
health falls
not
on the
the
county.
department.
But it's not, so the health department wouldn't do it, it would be the county.
Yeah, I gotta say, in my first year, this isn't something that I anticipated was going to come up.
I don't think nobody did, we didn't either. But I mean,
So I do think, obviously, going forward, as it didn't even dawn on me that this would be something that would happen. So I think it would be important that we had some kind of line, maybe words or chose.
I mean,
however we
I know,
want,
I'm
but
just
I do think
making
there
it
probably is
simple.
something that we should maybe think about setting aside if you guys, because I mean, we can always, find, a little bit here and there, but
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it has to be transferred.
right.
If there's something put together, Christie can, I mean,
Hopefully
you understand what I
We
mean?
can do, right, I mean, we could do a pest control or some type of, broad line like that we could move it into.
That'll be one of those line items that we'll look at every year in the budget.
Yeah.
Why we still have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
might need it.
Put a dollar in there, leave it open, I guess.
Rat line, sheep line.
Just a question I had, I mean, that's all. Anybody else have anything on there they see? It's just kind of your typical end of the year deal.
I make a motion, we approve the
Bill makes
transfer.
a motion to approve the transfers.
I'll second.
Ashley seconds. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. We've got two additionals. Both of them for the Parks Department. One for $47,000 for complex concessions, and the other one for $111,319.92 for building and structure line item. You say all this is in your budget?
Yeah, we don't need.
Oh, you've got the money?
Yeah, yeah.
Kenny makes a motion, both of them.
Yeah,
Kenny makes a motion to approve
I'll second it.
both additionals. Bill seconds. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Coming your way. Let's see where that go, Okay, salary ordinance, while they're signing those. Everybody get their email on the salary ordinance,
Yes.
how they wanted to do it, instead of putting names down. Everybody understand that?
One additional thing, to make it easier, I think that we should include on this that anyone coming in as a new employee will start at the base rate from 2025 and not at the rate that is listed for the 2026 salary for the current employee. Does that make sense?
Yep. Everybody understand that?
Needed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then how often are the bases being revisited?
When we first did the salary study with Wagner, Irwin, and Shealy, we proposed that 3 years would be the appropriate time to review, to make sure we were staying current.
Okay, the first ordinance is the one that they want to use, where it's just got the elected official and description of their jobs, which in any change comes across, they still have to bring it to us, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
These individual.
Makes it easier on the
We're
auditors.
still bringing, like, if an employee is wanting, somebody's wanting to give them a raise, or they change positions,
Another column.
that's still coming to you, not changing positions, I'm sorry. If an employee wants a raise, to give an employee a raise. But the way it's been now, the way it is if somebody gets an incentive, or if somebody moves, every little thing, we have to bring it to you since that name's attached. This way, it's unattaching that name, and it's just position and rate. Which, that's how, when we go to conferences, that's how the majority of other counties do it, and how it's kind of recommended, to where it's not having to come every single meeting. But we will still give you updates, quarterly possibly, with the names, just so you can stay up to date on where people are.
Could we add a column that has the 2025 base for each position? Just for reference.
Everybody understand that?
Yep.
Okay, we want to go with salary ordinance number 1?
Sounds like the best option.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to approve.
Ashley makes a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Deanna seconds. Any other questions, concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Another signature. Okay.
Board appointments.
Ashley, you want to, go ahead?
I was gonna say, board appointments are not on the topic, but we do need to.
Okay, yeah. Everybody I talked to, said it'd stay on.
I never called
TIF
mine,
board-
but we're
TIF
not letting her off.
TIF
so.
board was,
I called mine, but Danny had called them already.
No, I'm
so
sorry.
No,
Double
I'm not
that.
saying, I'm just saying.
TIF board,
Do you need this to go down
Matt.
the line?
I think Matt Miller said he'd stay on. I said I'd stay on if it's
We need
legal to
do,
stay on.
um,
Gotta figure that out.
Yeah, did you ever
You
figure
need
that
to do
out?
votes
I
on
don't
each
know.
one of
We're
them.
gonna-
Individually.
And then, Russell Wilson, he said he'd stay on the park board, if that's
Yeah.
okay.
We need to do votes on all of them.
Copy of them. Okay, Chris Tebby said he would continue to be our county lawyer. We don't have anybody on the health board. Hospital board. Russell Wilson, that's okay, he'll stay on on the Park and Rec. Jennifer Johnson, did, assessor talk to her?
I'm not aware. Not aware if she did or not.
Okay, yeah,
Are you going to make one motion at the end to
Yeah.
approve all these? Okay.
I guess we'll just leave her on. She said she'd talk to her about it. Any hooting on the solid waste? You'll stay, won't you, Kenny?
There she is.
I'm chairman of the board, I probably ought to
Yeah.
stay on.
Thursday, I will double check with her. I'm sure she will stay on the board,
We're gonna approve her anyway.
Tell her she's on. Can't get off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing there. Rick Nobby, Southeastern Indiana Regional Planning.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Is there anything going on there?
TIF Board, Danny Peters and Matt Miller. Matt said he'd stay on for sure. Radon, the only one we got left here. Billy, did you talk to Radon? Did you talk to Radon?
Yeah, no. She's
Yes,
going,
no.
she's staying on. She's still alive.
Well, by position on those
You're
two.
indentured until death,
She's
right?
That's
staying
right.
on?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
She told me that last time. As long as she can walk in here. I don't know, dethrone her. It might not last long. Dethrone her.
I don't think we have. I think that covers us. Yep. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve all those people for board appointments.
I'll second that.
I'll say.
You made it?
Who made it?
Oh, I thought you.
Kenny made it. I said I'll
make that
accept my.
Kenny and Ernie.
Kenny makes, who made it?
Kenny.
Kenny made it, Ernie second.
Got it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Ashley,
Yes. Okay, so we've been having a lot of discussion in most meetings about position changes or salary changes or stipends or things like that. We already have a personnel and salary committee in place, which is 2 members of council, me and Danny, 1 commissioner, Gabe, Human Resources, Patty, and Auditor's Office, Christy. I would like to propose that moving forward, we have a policy in place, and it's in your folder, where if there is a request being made for a new position, an employment status change from part-time to full-time or vice versa, any salary changes or new hires, that they give the Salary and Personnel Committee 1 month's notice. There's a list of documentation that is required for the justification. If the committee receives that, they will gather before the next commissioners and council meeting to research the request, look at pay bands, history, all of that, come together for a recommendation that they will then give the commissioners and council, instead of all of us having to try and remember up here in a 5-minute period what's the right thing to do. I'm hoping that if we do it this way, it will increase consistency. It doesn't take your decision-making power away. It just has the research done beforehand so you can be better informed before we vote. Thoughts?
I think it's a good idea. Gives you a little time to discuss it,
Yeah.
and come with a recommendation on the time it makes it.
Ashley, what happens if it gets under the month? Into the example of
Did you call me? Yeah, I couldn't yell at you. Thought you could yell.
somebody, soon, how does that work? If it's something that you can't get,
I think that if that is truly an emergency and an exception to the rule, that the committee could get together and make that exception, but I don't want it to become the norm either, so,
But it would still go through the committee process.
correct, yes.
Would just be sooner than.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would help, yeah, to be in the minutes.
Kenny makes a motion.
I'll second it.
Bill seconds. Any other questions, discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
So for the two that were brought up today, the additional deputy and then the part-time concessions, do you want those to run through this committee?
Are you asking the opinion of the
Part-time
president or the board?
concessions?
Everybody.
I would say, yeah, run it
Yes,
through the
okay.
committee,
Okay.
and just we'll start then.
And you'd have time to do that before our next meeting.
Yeah.
I give you time to hire somebody?
January.
Okay. Okay. Doug, why don't you tell us about comp plan coming up in January? Everybody can hear it. We do have a few people listen to us and watch us, believe it or not.
So we had our first steering committee on Tuesday, and there was a lot of good discussion amongst all the members. I feel like we have a good group. So the purpose of that meeting was basically to preview and lay down the logistics of the future meetings and how they look. So January is going to be very busy with focus groups, and those will be advertised, and we'll get those out, whether it be on social media, regular radio, newspaper. I would say the consensus from the meeting was we have a good comprehensive plan in place, and it has lent us well, but things change. It's been almost 10 years since that plan was put together, and it's now time to take a look, review, and move forward with what the new challenges are for our county moving forward. So HWC is the engineering firm that's running the meetings, and I felt like they did a really good job of directing us through that meeting and then putting a plan together for the future meetings. So keep your eye and ears out for January for the focus groups. We're looking middle January for the first focus group meetings where we collect the public input on how they view Decatur County and how it looks 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. So like I said, we're wanting the public's input, and that's how we get the best plan. Comprehensive plan is by getting the most public input.
I think it's like January the 15th.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
And really tell everybody you know, they really need to get involved in this.
Yeah, we'll collect all the data that we have as far as emails for pertinent people, but we're going to get the word out, like I said, from a social media standpoint. That tends to be the best way to get the word out.
You won't get it out to me that way. You should go on.
We'll use those other archaic ways of communication as well.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Keep things moving forward. Brian, you got anything for us? Yeah, if you would.
I gotta get to Seymour.
Public, Bill, really? Because I'm talking? Jeez. Okay.
You've
Just,
got him off.
I've insulted him already, and I just,
Might be a little late.
no, good. Actually, St. Paul is having their comprehensive plan input session from 5:30 to 6:30 tonight. For those in the St. Paul area, asked to go over there and take part in that. It's the same, similar, HWC's handling that as well. It's going to be the same input, and they need all the input they can get there at St. Paul. So big announcements in the last month or so, the largest being the expansion of Shepherd Boy Farms in the American Lifts building here in Greensburg. They are also retaining their site in New Point. It's a great example of local entrepreneur that's business is really taken off, and we're so happy to have him in not only just stay in Decatur County, but utilize one of a building that's been vacant ever since I moved back. So doing great things over there, and just really happy for him, and means an investment about $50 million and 50 jobs. So appreciate his expansion in the county. And then I'll say, like I said with the commissioners, we're learning more from the state as far as how they're going to be handling the IEDC moving forward. It looks like they're leaning more towards a regional approach, kind of dismantling the state IEDC as people know it, and moving it more towards almost like a consulting or a strategic kind of strategic planning organization, and taking a lot of the incentive control and those types of resource tools and possibly putting them into more regional control. We're lucky that we have an RDA already formed, and we've done projects together through the READY program. That is going to be an advantage for us. Again, these things are still playing out, and more to come on that, but there is a chance that the RDA is going to be playing a larger role in economic development, in traditional economic development in our area. So it's great to have that structure up and running. So we'll see how everything plays out.
Thank you, Brian. Dawn, you have anything for us?
Good morning. We are finishing out our 2025 calendar with a small event tonight at the TAP. Leaders and Loggers, it's a mix and mingle networking event. We will be taking donations on behalf of Speranza House, so any kind of paper goods, toilet paper, paper towel, feminine hygiene products, we will take those there tonight from 4 to 6 p.m. There will also be a representative from Speranza House, give just a short, quick update, not a formal presentation, but just so that you know where those donations are going and what the need is there. So if you can join us from 4 to 6, that would be fantastic. There is no cover charge to go, just a cash bar option if you wish to partake in that. And then looking ahead to 2026, our Ag Day breakfast is Saturday, February the 7th. That will be a ticketed event. Registrations for that will be welcome online at greensburgchamber.com. We do have our speakers lined up, and we will be announcing those shortly. Watch our social media again for that. Danny, I'll email you directly so you can get that information. That will be Saturday, February 7th from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m., and it will be held again at the Red Barn at Next Generation. And then go ahead and mark your calendars. I'll send you all formal calendar invites for this as well. But Friday, February the 20th, from 11:30 to 1 will be the legislative update for Decatur County. So we will have Senator Lysing, Representatives Meltzer, Zimmerman, and Patterson with us. They have all committed. Again, that's Friday, February the 20th, from 11:30 to 1. That will be free and open to the public, and we will look for support in helping us provide a light luncheon for everybody. Do you have any questions for me? Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have anything for us?
We're supposed to elect officers.
We're gonna have elect officers if nobody else has anything.
I'll just,
Very quickly. I just want to introduce myself. My name's Brenda Campbell, and I'm the new director of the Decatur County Public Library. So look for more things we're doing and come and see us, and might be back in Decatur County.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
just want to provide a reminder, I sent you guys an email about the legislative conference coming up January 27th and 28th. Should be a good year to get more understanding on SB1. I was on a board meeting for the Association of Indiana Counties last week, and they said that we will be getting contacted. I didn't catch if it was by DLGF, but they were going to go county by county and have meetings with us to show us what the impact of SB1 will be. I think they said that 21 counties would not reach their budgets even if they maxed out to the 1.2%, but most of the other counties, they did not say which counties, but most of the other counties would be okay, so we will be getting a lot more information on it coming forward.
Okay. And anybody that's didn't sign up to go to that really needs to go. It's a informational. The 28th is a day I usually go, and that's the good day.
Yeah, the 27th is more of a kind of intro with some stuff, and then our council meeting, which I'll be leading as president, will be on the 28th. So.
Todd.
If anything, I just want to give an update on the CCMG grant, the 26th tax law. Decatur County submitted 2 applications. Now we're moving forward. So we're now on that $91,384. So we did get some several counties around us that didn't get nothing. Cities and towns.
I'd like to say thank you to Todd and council commissioners, whoever was involved in setting up the cheer fund, opportunity to go through the new highway garage to do the distribution. I've worked with Traffic, the Optimus Club, over the last 7-8 years, and we've always had to line them up behind the old extension and stuff like that, but with the long road and the floor heat and the heat in the place and everything, it just, on a very cold day, that worked tremendous. So thanks for all that. Yeah, it worked out really well.
If nothing else, Christie, take it over.
All right, we are needing to elect the 2026 council president. We'll take a hand, or if anybody has a recommendation, do that now. Anyone else? Okay, can we get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, and then we'll go down with the hand vote. Kenny?
Yeah.
Ernie?
Yes.
Deanna?
Yes.
Bill is not here. Ashley?
Yes.
And Rick?
Yes.
Okay. Danny, are you accept the 2026 president?
Yeah.
He says with enthusiasm.
No, it's kind of enjoyable.
Okay. Danny it is.
Can I nominate somebody as vice president?
Oh, vice president? Okay, I didn't have that on my list to do, but yes, okay,
Yep.
so vice president
I'm Billy
for the
Metz.
council. Does anybody make a motion?
If I can, I will, Bill Metz.
I'll second.
Okay. And we will go back down the line. Kenny?
Yes.
Ernie?
Yes.
Deanna?
Yes.
Danny?
Yeah.
Okay, Rick?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
All right, so Bill Metz it is for vice president for 2026.
Anybody else have anything for us before we?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Well, everybody, before we do that, everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Please, have a great Christmas. Get along and Happy New Year. Okay, now, Kenny made a motion to adjourn. Ernie seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas.